Hello guys, how are you? I am Noor and today we will explain the models folder in ASP MVC .NET 6. So let's me directly go to the Visual Studio. Here we have the project that created at the initial value. If you are not familiar with how we can create the MVC project, then you can refer to the video in the series of these SPMVC tutorial. Okay, so here you can see the models folder. What is the purpose of this folder in SPMVC .NET 6? I will explain it that if you have some database tables, then you can create classes accordingly to the database tables. Let's suppose I have a table in the database like, uh, let me go to the database first. Then I will add here a clause accordingly. And in this way, I think you will understand the purpose of models folder. Let me just open the SQL Server Management Studio and then I will tell you. It will take a little time. I think it will take a little time. Okay, guys, finally it opened successfully. Ask later, yes. Let me give a but here I have a database, and inside the database I have a class, a very simple, sorry, table. Like yes, like this class, this table. Let me show you the data from this table. Okay. Now here I have a very simple table in my SQL's database, and these table have some columns like the address type name, is active, display sequence number, and some other columns. Let's suppose you are working in a company and your project manager either give you a task to make a page in your SPMSC project for displaying the address types. Then you will manage the things. Obviously, you will make a call to the database and then you will read this data from the table. But how will you map, how will you save these data after reading from the database in your class, in your object in SPMC? No, I will add a clause with the name address type inside my models folder for this table. Let me add a clause. By the models, we simply mean the database tables. But in C Sharp, you know that we will add a clause for the database table. So I am adding a clause. Right. Now I will add all here properties for the database columns. Let me select these and copy with header just to get all the column names. Yes, copy these and come here inside the address type class. So I will add a property for the address type, public int. Yes. Now when I read the data from the table, then my application will map the data of this column to this property of the address type class. Okay, so add one another property, the address type, yes, for the is active, and for the display sequence number, for the created on, created by, uh, for the modified on, who modified the data, let's suppose a later stage, we are using this kind of fields. Remove these, and no, I will change the data type. The address type will be string, is active will be bool, and display sequence number will be integer. For the I will use the datetime, and to created will be a user ID who created these records, so it will be integer. For the modified on, I will use the data time, the datetime, right? So I think I am doing a mistake just here. Add a semicolon after the set, right? Now the class created successfully inside the models folder. Now whenever I have to read the data from the table, then I will make a list of this class and then will assign the data. How we can create a list of the address type? If I just have to read a single row, I mean if I have to read this single row, then I will make an object of this class, no list. And if I have to read all these data, I mean all these 4 rows, then I will make a list. Let me also show you how we can make a list of the address type. Go to controllers, and inside the home controller, let's suppose I am calling this home page from the browser. Here we'll go ahead to the database. I mean like in this way, read data from database, and when the data is come from the database, then I will store in a list of student of the address type. So let me add a list. Yes, like in this way. Address type list. I will just keep the name of this variable as, and it will this line will create a list of type address types, and then I will assign the data that I will read from the database to this variable, and then I will send this variable to my view. Basically, after reading the data from the database, there will be 4 rows in the address type list, and I will make a loop on the address type list inside my view, I mean inside the HTML page, and the data will be displayed. We will explain all these kind of things, how we can read data, how we can delete, how we can insert data in the upcoming videos. But our main purpose of today's video, what is the purpose of the models folder? So basically we are using the models folder for creating objects, for creating classes, especially those classes that we want to map with our database tables, right? So keep watching the videos, and goodbye. At this time, we'll meet with a new topic in the upcoming video. Thank you.